In this video, I am going to show you how to use layers within the software. So up at the top of the software here, you'll notice we have the layers drop down here, so we can left mouse click that to have a look at our layers. Now, in the software, by default, you always have a layer 1. So when you first open the software, you'll always have a layer populated, so you can then start drawing and editing as you need to. But to really take advantage of layers, let's actually put something on this layer so we can look at some of the options that we have available to us. So I'm going to draw a star. So let's left mouse click on the shapes over here and choose the star option. And I'm just going to start drawing out a star from the middle of the software. So I'll just draw a nice and large star. I think that's about appropriate. So that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to right mouse click to stop drawing. And now we'll have a look at some of our information on this layer. Now, you'll notice at the top here it says layer 1, and I can also move this box around. So if you're working and you want to move this box around, you can do so. And just note that if you click off of that and then click back here, it will move back here. So if I put that there for the moment and then left mouse click on our sheet and then pop back up here, it goes back to that original position. So now let's look at the layer in detail. So you see on the left hand side we have an eyeball symbol, and that indicates the visibility of the layer. So that literally means whether you can see anything on this layer or not. So right now you can see the eye is open. So if I left mouse click that, you'll notice now it has a strike through on the eye and my star has disappeared because that layer is effectively turned off, or the visibility for that layer is off. You'll also notice that the text for the layer has gone red in the drop down up top there, and it's italicized it to indicate that it is now inactive, or the layer is not visible. And you'll also see that on the icon next to it there's the active layer hidden symbol, which is the eye with the strike through there as well. And we can simply turn that back on by left mouse clicking to turn that back on. Next to that is the option to lock the layer. Now if I lock this, you see it's currently unlocked. If I lock that layer, what this means is I now can't edit anything on this layer. So if I try and click on my star, you'll notice I can't do anything to it. I can't select it because the layer is locked. So this is really handy if you want to make sure that no edits are made to a specific layer. You can lock it. So let's say you have multiple layers in a job and you want them all to be visible at once, but you don't want to accidentally edit one of your vectors, well, you can lock that layer so your vectors stay nice and safe. Let's just unlock that for the moment. And then you'll notice next to that we have the layer with elements. So this is effectively telling you that there are elements on this layer. So if there wasn't anything here, so for example, if I delete my star now, you'll notice now there's a blank icon. It says empty layer. But if I bring back my star, if I draw one back in again, let's just pop that in, you'll notice that it now says layer with elements, and it has a little drawing on that page to indicate that there are indeed elements or vectors upon this layer. And then next to that you see we have the layer name, which is layer 1. Now you can left mouse click this, or you can also right mouse click to affect this. So you can right mouse click and choose rename if you'd like to rename this layer. So in this case I'm going to go very on the nose. I'm going to call this one star and then press enter, and now we have our star layer. And then finally on the right hand side here we have the colors. Now for the color, it's currently in black. If I just come out of drawing mode for the star here, if I'll just click on the page and get rid of that, there we go, and then hit escape to come out of the drawing mode, I'll change the color of this star. So let's click on layer color, and you'll see we've got a preset number of colors here that you can work with, and you can also click this icon here to customize the color. You'll notice that I've got a custom pink color here, and I actually chose this by clicking this icon. And you can work with either a color wheel, you can also work with some of these sliders or various bitmaps. If you have any bitmaps on your system, you can select some of the colors from it, you can see there. And we have this option here to choose for the crayon colors here as well. And let's say, for example, if I went for a kind of darker green, I can select that, and I can now left mouse click and drag it onto this bar here to kind of save the colors that I want. And you'll also notice in the background, my star has changed to that green as well. So you've got plenty of options here to change your colors. And if I click the red X in the corner to exit that, you'll now notice that green has been populated on this bar here as well. So you can add some of your custom colors here as well. But I actually quite like red. Red is quite striking, quite easy to see, so I'm going to change that back to red. And you'll see that is also reflected in our layer manager up here as well. And then to the right of it, you notice we have the drag layer option. Now this works with when you have a number of different layers. So to show you that, let's add in another layer. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can right mouse click on the layer here and you can put in insert a new layer. You can also just click this button here to add a new layer. You can see there's a plus icon down here and a minus. The plus adds a layer, the minus takes a layer away. So let's click on plus. So we've got a new layer, and let's call this new layer circle. Okay, and we're going to give this one a color. So we'll give this a color of blue. And you'll notice now that I can use that option to drag my layer down. So you can see here I can change the hierarchy of my layers by dragging them up and down if I need to be in a specific order. Now that we're actually with the circle layer, let's actually draw something on it. So let's turn off the visibility for our star layer and let's start working with our circle layer. So let's go over to the left hand side and we can left mouse click to begin drawing a circle. So I'm just going to pop a circle right at the top here. Let's just go for a diameter of 1, and you'll see that if I now exit the tool, that the color of the circle is blue because we had assigned that layer color of blue. So that means that the circle is now blue. And if I turn on my layer for the star, you'll see that that is in red because that is the color I assigned it earlier. Now, what if I wanted to move this vector to the star layer or indeed copy it to the star layer? Well, let's have a look at that. So if I just left mouse click onto this vector for the circle, I can now see that it's selected because I've got the pink dashed line. I'm going to right mouse click that one and we're going to go copy to layer and we're going to copy to the layer star. You'll also notice I can also copy it to a brand new layer if I want to, but for now we'll go for star. And you'll notice there I've still got a blue circle, but if I turn this one off, you'll notice now I've also got a circle on my star layer because I had created a copy for that layer specifically. And let's say I want to now move that circle vector to a different layer. So let's turn back on our circle again. And this time what we'll do is we'll left mouse click and then right mouse click when it's selected and choose move to layer, and we'll choose new layer. We're going to call our new layer, we'll call this one objects because we'll add a few objects onto that layer. And we'll give it a color. Let's go for a purple this time. And you see we have the options here to make the new layer visible and active. And I do want to do that. I do want to make the new layer visible and active because I want to start working on that layer. So let's click OK. And now you'll notice that if I turn off the visibility for my objects, my circle layer no longer has anything on it because I moved the vector from the circle layer onto my objects layer. So if I just make that visible and activate it, you can see that here's my purple circle on this objects layer. You'll also notice that if I want to select the vectors for everything on this layer, I can right mouse click and I can choose the option to select the layer vectors. So I can just click on that and it will select all of the vectors on that layer. And this comes in really handy where you have multiple vectors on the same layer. So for example, if I go ahead and start drawing now, so let's just turn on all our layers for the moment. So you can see our star and you can see our objects layer here as well. I'm going to add in a new shape. I'm going to add in a polygon. And I'm just going to start drawing out a 5-sided polygon. I'm going to let it overlap over our star here and we're just going to let go. Okay, so I'm just going to escape from the tool there and then let's have a look at our new polygon. Now you'll notice I've got multiple layers currently showing, but you'll notice that the pentagon or the polygon is in purple. Now why is that? Well, that's because the active layer is the objects layer. So even though I've got the star layer visible, it is not the active layer. So you can see already how powerful this is because you can start drawing using the other shapes in mind. You can snap to them, etc., and use them for your drawing purposes, but you can still keep your drawings on the active layer. So you can take advantage of having your other layers visible, but having this one on an active layer so you can manipulate it separately to your other layer. Now let's talk about some important functionality regarding layers. So to do that, I'm going to start making some copies of some objects. So for example, you can see right now my active layer is the objects layer, but I'm going to make a couple of copies of the star. So if I right mouse click that, and I choose copy, and then I just paste, and I'll do another paste. It's currently pasted them on top of each other, so in the middle here, but watch what happens when I move these out. So you'll notice I've got my star here, I'll put it towards the left hand side here, and I'll drag another one of my copies out to the right hand side here, and you'll notice they're red. And that's because they've been copied from the star layer. So even though currently the active layer is the objects layer, when we're copying a vector from a specific layer, it will end up on that layer. Now there is an exception to this. If I just delete out the stars, we're going to make an offset of this circle here. So currently we're on the objects layer, as I mentioned. We'll select our circle, and we're going to go over to the offset tool on the left hand side, and we'll just left mouse click and select offset. Now I'm going to offset inside, and I'm just going to drag that dynamically and then set my offset around about there. I'm quite happy with that, so I will let go. Now you'll notice if I hit escape on the keyboard that it is purple. So that is because I'm manipulating this object on this layer, so that you can see here is still purple because it's on this layer. So with the offset, you can see here it's actually copied it to, it's created it on this specific layer. But now we're going to have a look at another option, which is grouping. So I'm actually going to move the circles back onto the circle layer. So I'm going to right mouse click after I've selected them, and we'll choose move to layer, and then we'll choose circle. So those are now in blue. And in fact, let's just make this a little bit clearer. Let's change that color to green to really make it stand out. Now, I'm going to make a couple of copies of things here. So what I'm going to do is grab this circle, and we'll just hold down command, and we'll drag out a copy here, and then we'll do the same. We'll drag out a copy over here. So kind of roughly just above the span of the star there. And I'm going to group some vectors together. So what I'm going to do is to left mouse click and drag a selection box over my circles. And then I'm actually going to select the star. And now when I right mouse click, I have the option to group the vectors together. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. So let's click on group. And if you pay attention now, you'll see that the star has turned green. Why has it turned green? Well, it's because I've grouped it to the active layer, which is the circle layer. So because the circle layer was the active layer, and I grouped to that layer, with that layer being active, the star has now changed from red to green because it is now grouped with our vectors on the circle layer. Now, if I click that, you'll notice that all of these vectors are selected because they're grouped together. And if I want to ungroup these, I can simply right mouse click and choose the option to ungroup. But you'll see I have two options here. I've got ungroup back onto the original object layers, and I've got ungroup onto the groups layer. So effectively, if I ungroup onto the groups layer, this will ungroup it onto the current group layer, which is the circle layer. If I ungroup it back onto the original object layers, this will ungroup it onto their original layers. So the circles go back to, or remain on the circle layer, and the star will go back to its red star layer. So let's have a look. So let's click on ungroup back onto original object layers, and you'll notice now my circles are still on the circle layer, and there's my star still on its star layer there, now that we've ungrouped it back onto its original layer. And now let's have a look at some other things that we can do with our layer management. So if you go up to the top here, you'll notice that we do have some more right click options. If I right click onto the circle layer, for example, you can see we can activate it. We can show this, so that means to show this layer, to make it visible. To show only this, so if I click that, it will only show that layer. We can show all but this, so show all the layers but the circle layer. And we can show everything. Okay, so you've got plenty of options there to do that, and you can, again, here you can hide just this layer, so the circles are hidden, and you can indeed hide all layers if you would like to as well. So let's go to show all again. And you can lock it from here and unlock it if you want to. You can insert a new layer. You can duplicate a layer. So if you want to make a duplication of this layer for your workflow, you can do it from here. You can delete this layer. Now you'll notice here we've got several options. So we've got delete this, which will delete just this layer. You've got delete visible, which will delete any layer that is currently visible, which is all of them. Delete invisible. So let's say if I turn off this layer here for objects. Now if I was to choose the right mouse click option for delete and then delete invisible, it would delete the objects layer because that is currently invisible. And then we have the option for delete empty. So let's say I had an empty layer. Let's actually just show you this. So let's just pop on an empty layer. There's nothing on that, so there's just an empty layer there. I can right mouse click, choose delete, delete empty, and it'll delete that empty layer because I had nothing on that layer. And then we have the option for rename, which we had done earlier. And then we have this option here, which is to merge visible layers. So effectively, what this would do is it would merge all of the visible layers. If I just show you this option, so if I click it, you'll notice it's now merged them all into the circle layer because that was the active layer. So now there's only one layer, and it is that circle layer. But we don't want that for now. What we can actually do is to start to populate our layers again by simply pressing Command Z, and you can see I've returned those layers back to where they were. And then you can see here we've got the final option, which is to select the layer vectors. So whichever layer you click on or right click on, you will select the layer vectors for that layer. And in fact, let's have a look at actually deleting one of these layers out. So let's go up to the circle layer and we'll let's get rid of the objects layer. I don't think we need that polygon anymore. So let's right mouse click on it, delete this. And now you'll notice we get this menu here asking us what we'd like to do with our deleted data. So you can see here it says the layer name, which is objects, and it says it contains data on that layer. So what do I want to do with this data? Do I want to move that data to another layer, and I can choose which layer to move it to? Or I can just simply delete it. In this case, I want to delete it. So I can check this option here and click OK. And that data is now gone. But you can see how you get a plethora of options there to deal with the data in a workflow that is appropriate for your particular design. And then finally, I can also go over some hierarchy information. So let's make a copy of this star onto a new layer. So let's go for right mouse click, copy layer, and we'll go to new layer and we'll call this one new star. And let's make this one a prominent color. So let's go for a bright blue. Okay, so let's click OK. Now you'll notice currently it is showing the new star over the old one. Now if I drag the old star to the bottom of the list, you'll see there's a bit of a hierarchy here. So you can see that when I dragged it underneath that star there, it's now showing the red one. If I now drag the blue one, or the new star layer, it will now show that one. So if you want to have plenty of vectors on top of each other, but you want to have them visible, you can use this list to your advantage to try and move these around to show the hierarchy of where that layer sits. So you can see just how powerful the layers tool is in the software, and I highly encourage that you have a play around with it because it certainly adds to my workflow, and I'm confident that it will add to yours. And as always, we look forward to seeing you in the next video.